EPICA is an amazing band, but what's up with all the Madonna stuff? Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Belgian Jasper. If this is your first time on the channel, hit subscribe right now. Few bands are as popular as EPICA these days, but what's with all the Madonna references? I sat down with guitar player Isaac to learn all about it. Can you tell us more about the what can only be described as the COVID washing your hands dance that you were doing behind all the journalists listening to the album?
Well, it was a weird concept because usually if you have this listening session, you make a whole thing out of it. Like you want to have all these journalists together, and some of them you haven't seen since the last listening session you did. But this time around, we had to keep our distance, and it was just weird. So we had to move the whole thing to a sort of a venue. So they listened through the speakers of the venue and with seats, like 2 meters distance in between. And then we were all the way at the back, and yeah, you pretty much push play, and then they start listening for around 70 to 80 minutes to your album, which at that point you've heard it a million times and you're totally fed up with it. And so it's kind of, every second that is coming, and they don't. And you're just sitting there. Obviously for them it's like the first time they hear it, so you don't want to interrupt, but you're kind of sitting there at the back being bored as fuck. And you're in the middle of that whole thing with masks and washing your hands all the time. And I think I just came back from probably the toilet and I had to sanitize my hands. So.
Yeah. I expect a lot of EPICA fans that, whenever there's shows again, I'll do the same dance when you're in front of them. Talking about dancing, I think the entire band during your photo shoot at one point was dancing to Like a Prayer from Madonna. So it seems that dancing at random moments is something that runs in the band.
Yeah, but that was another funny moment because we were... so we had this shoot with Tim Tronku.
Yeah.
And we had a 2-day shoot. So the first day was only Simone because she had like a million different outfits, and then the second day we showed up with the guys, and then we had the full band photo shoot. But then, so there's Tim, he's gay, and then there was stylist. How do you say that? The stylist. Yeah, he was apparently gay. So then the boyfriend of Tim was there because he's fixing lights and stuff like that. So it was like, so they started to play Madonna and everyone's like, woo! So we just joined and we thought, what the hell is going on here? I mean, I love them all, but it was such a strange atmosphere. They just had 2 really long days of photo shoot. So I guess they were releasing their stress, and we just joined. So
I mean, it's not
dancing on Madonna.
It's not the first time that Madonna plays a role in EPICA's career, because you played a show at the 70,000 Tons of Metal cruise with a shirt that says "Bitch, I'm Madonna," and for people in Belgium, a lot of people know the backstory there, because. And this is an interesting thing, and I applaud you for that. Because I know that you do a lot of things for the band. You're not just playing guitar, and you clearly have a business mind, and you see opportunity when it presents itself. Because so for the people that are watching, there was a show in Belgium with one of the guys who was behind basically the Queer Eye for the Straight Guy show. In Belgium, and he was basically doing all this a travel show to places where you would usually not find a gay stylist. And so he went to a metal cruise. His name is Yannick Zaltzis, and as he's shooting, at one point he goes to film Mark and other of the other people of the bands on the 70,000 Tons of Metal in a workout session. And all of a sudden, off camera, you hear somebody like introducing himself, and that turns out to be you.
That's rock and roll, motherfuckers. Goedendag. Hallo.
Is het goed?
Ja.
Ik ken u van tv. Ik ken u, ja.
Ik ken u, maar hoe zeg je?
Ik ben Isaac van EPICA.
And there was fast forward. Yanni really starts hanging out with you guys. You guys are a lot in that documentary. And the result of that is that all of a sudden, everybody in Belgium watching regular TV, including my mom, asking me like, "Oh, do you know this band Epica? They're really nice."
Kijk goed. Kijk goed. Ik heb ook een voor jou.
Oh nee.
Madonna.
Ik vind mezelf toch een stuk cooler eigenlijk.
Isaac. Think Madonna.
So you guys went from like, even though Epica is a big band on the the world stage of metal, in Belgium metal is underground and definitely not mainstream. But all of a sudden, a lot more attention went to metal because of that TV show, and specifically to Epica because Yanni kind of fell in love with your band. So how quickly, when you saw that camera crew, were you like, I need to talk to these guys?
Well, the funny thing is that the sound engineer, he actually he's a huge metalhead.
Yeah.
So and they had other people in the crew, so the film crew and like director or light engineer apparently also knew some people in their crew. So already like the first day we were ending up at the bar and having drinks and, hey, I know this guy, he knows that guy, and blah blah blah. So it was, if you put Belgian people together on that boat, it's like everyone knows everyone. So yeah, that was pretty quick that we just had common things to talk about. And, so it was good fun. And the cool thing is that like no one outside of Belgium knows Yanni, right?
Yeah.
But by the end of this cruise, everyone knew him. Everyone knew, oh, he's the gay guy from Belgium who has his own TV show, He was saying hi to everyone. So it was good fun, actually.
It was funny for people like myself who'd been like, listening to metal for a long time, going to all the shows, and never really had a connection with like my father or mother, who were always like fine with me listening to whatever as I was growing up, but never really into it.
Yeah.
Even and as a metalhead to a metalhead, I'm sure that we've both have like, at times played songs to our parents or our family, like, oh, you should listen to this, try this. And I was like, no, it's not our thing. And then one show with Yanni, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, have you heard of this band? Like, they're pretty cool.
And then he also went to a grass pump, like the biggest.
I was there.
In Belgium, and that was kind of under pressure of the whole metal community, because suddenly they felt like, hey, we got this attention on TV, and now there's this guy who says like, oh, we're not all scum of the earth with our long hair and drinking beer or drinking blood or whatnot. So he spoke very nice about the whole metal community and how welcoming it was. So that was cool. And then therefore they, like the Belgian metal community, invited him, and he went there. And so it was cool, But to say that Epica now is huge in Belgium, it's not that. I don't think that your mom would come to
hey, maybe, who knows? You are awesome for watching this video. Click right here to see more content like it and subscribe to the channel.